Hello friends, if you have seen my earlier video on the first law of motion and on inertia, then this is the continuity. Now under laws of motion, again the very important concept is that of linear momentum. Either you can say it momentum or linear momentum. Linear tells you just that it is in one direction, that's why the word linear momentum. The definition is very simple, it is the product of its mass and velocity. But children, very weird that actually the momentum word starts with M, but its symbol is P. So sometimes many children find it confusing to remember. But momentum, and nowhere the connection is with P. But P stands for, maybe because M is already gone for mass, and hence they have used another symbol. So P is equal to M into V, where it is a product of mass and velocity. If you try to get its SI unit, now keep for mass, what is the SI unit, children? Kg. And for velocity, the SI unit is meter per second. And if we combine these two, you will get the SI unit as kg meter per second. Since this becomes a little longer, they have used a shorter concept of that unit, and they name it as Newton second. So this is what you are going to mostly use. But if this comes, you should not get confused as to which unit is this. That is a unit of momentum only. In that same, over the same thinking line, CGS unit will be, mass will be in gram and velocity will be centimeter per second. So this is the CGS unit, that is what you call, this is the larger unit, SI unit, and this is the comparatively smaller unit. So this is about linear momentum. Now why linear momentum is very much useful is because it helps you a lot in understanding the second law of motion, which many children find it difficult to understand because of its wordings. Now that's the reason I have taken a separate video only on linear momentum. So if this concept is clear, then second law will be much easier to understand. Now imagine in this case, okay, there is a body of mass m. Its initial velocity is u. Initial velocity means what? Suppose you are sitting in a car, it is at rest. But now here you can see force F. So some force is applied on it. It means if you start the car, that is a force which are applying on the accelerator. Now it has some initial velocity. Suddenly you don't start with 60 meter per second or 60 km per hour. So you will have some initial velocity, say 10 or 20. That is what is called u. Now when you reach at a certain position, it gets some final velocity. Say you are already ahead on the road and you are getting speed as 60 km per hour, and here it was supposed say 10 or 20 km per hour. So that is the concept of initial velocity and final velocity. Now tell me, in this concept, does the mass change? The mass of a body is always a constant quantity. It never changes. So mass is going to be remain here. Force is applied. The body moves from this position to this position. This part is understood. Now, if you consider only this part, children, it will give you always the initial momentum, because this is the initial position. This part will give you the final momentum. And what is momentum? Momentum is the product of mass and velocity. So whatever mass it had and whatever velocity, initial velocity it acquired, it will give you the initial momentum. So if I write it, then your initial momentum here will be mu. What will be your final momentum in this case? The final momentum in this case will be mv. Hope this concept of initial and final momentum is clear. Initial momentum because of initial velocity, final momentum because of final velocity. So actually it was having some different momentum, and when it reached there, it had a different momentum. Children, most of the time we say also in a game of cricket or football, we say the momentum of the team. So as you are going towards your win or you are winning, then the team has a different momentum. When they started a game, they had a different momentum. So that you can relate to this, that how the momentum can keep on changing. Now, the concept here I want you to understand is change in linear momentum. Now, what do you mean by change in linear momentum? Obviously, there is change in momentum because initial velocity was different, final velocity is different. Now, what is that change? Always keep in mind, the word change is given by this small triangle which is called delta. Okay, so change in linear momentum, and I told you linear momentum is P, so it will be delta P is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum, because final is going to be more, final velocity is going to be more. So initial velocity suppose 10 km per hour, final velocity is say suppose 60 km per hour. So obviously, this velocity being more, you will take mv minus mu. That will be the change in linear momentum. In this, I told you mass is common, mass is constant, mass cannot change. So if you take m outside the bracket, inside it will be v minus u. And what is v minus u, children? Again, it is a change. But change in what? Change in velocity. And I told you, for a very, very small change, we always use the symbol delta or this triangle. So it will be m delta v. So this change in linear momentum concept comes in second law. But keep in mind, this formula is applicable only when a body is moving with a velocity much lesser than the speed of light. What does c stand for? C stands for speed of light. How much is the speed of light? 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, which is a very, very high speed. What we are moving in a car or a truck or any vehicle, or even if you are pushing a football or a cricket ball, you are hitting, all this velocity is much lesser than the speed of light. So this formula is applicable there, m delta v, because mass is not going to change, right? So, but the same concept, please start looking from here. Children, this formula and this formula which I gave here, this one and this one, what is the change you see in these two? I just want you to have a look there for a minute. In this formula and this, both are change in linear momentum, but here they were change only in the velocity, because the speed of light was the speed of the vehicle or the body was much lesser than speed of light. But children, like a rocket or a jet plane, in all that, especially the rocket motion is an example. A rocket travels with a very, very high speed, which is more than or at least tending towards the speed of light. And in that case, the mass of the body changes. How do you know? Some fuel is expelled from the rocket, and what was its initial mass? From its nozzle, the fuel expels, and hence its mass is decreasing. Only such case is there when mass is decreasing. Otherwise, in our normal phenomenon, the mass of a body never changes. Mass is a constant quantity. And in this case, mass is also changing, and that's why I have written the delta outside the bracket. It means here both mass and velocity will change. So, but when does it happen? Velocity is comparable only when you can compare the velocity of the rocket to the speed of light. So this example would be rocket motion. So many a time this concept is not much understood by children as to why delta has gone for only v here and why delta has gone for m and v over here. So this is the concept of linear momentum. This will be helpful to you in my second video, which is on second law of motion. Thank you so much.